Welcome to Echoes of the Room. I'm Ruby, the voice that speaks from places you don't usually hear. Here, rooms remember what we forget it, and silence keeps the stories we leave behind. I'm not here to frighten you, but to remind you that some stories never stop following us. So take a breath and let the room around you listen with you. Because once a story calls your name, it doesn't want to be ignored. I hadn't stepped into the attic in 20 years. The moment the door opened, the air felt heavier as if the room still remembered me. Dust drifted through the light in slow waves. Old boxes, broken furniture, and at the far end a mirror that should not be here. It was the same mirror that shattered in the fire. I remember the sound, sharp, violent, like glass trying to scream. But now it was whole again, untouched. Not even a trace of dusted, as if someone had just wiped it clean. I stepped closer. The floorboards groaned, not resisting me, but recognizing my weight. The air around the mirror turned cold. A slow pull, like the glass itself was breathing in. My reflection blurred, not because of dust tea, but because something behind the glass moved before I did. At first it looked like me. But then it shifted into someone younger, someone I used to be. A version of me that never left this house. A version that never died in the fire. I raised my hand. My fingers tingled, as if the mirror remembered my touch better than I did. And just before I touched the glass, the reflection smiled. Slow, warm, and impossibly familiar. It was the smile I wore on the night before the fire. A smile that doesn't belong to me anymore. And without speaking, the reflection told me something I should never have heard. I survived. You didn't? I returned to the attic the next night. I told myself it was curiosity, but something else was pulling me back. The mirror looked brighter this time. Awake. As if it had been waiting for me. The mirror looked brighter this time. Awake. As if it had been waiting for me. Then slowly it lifted its hand. Not with mine. Before mine. That was when I realized the mirror wasn't showing who I was. It was showing who I never got to become. The reflection looked stronger, healthier. Like someone whose life continued long after mine stopped. It stared at me gently, almost kindly. And that kindness felt like cruelty. It stepped back in the glass. And behind it, I saw a room I had never lived in. A warm bedroom, sunlight on the walls, and photographs of people I didn't know. But the reflection looked at them with love. As if they were his family, not mine. It wasn't a memory. It wasn't nostalgia. It was a life, my life, just not mine. The reflection leaned forward, closer than I wanted. Its smile almost sympathetic. And in that silent, impossible smile, I'd heard a thought push through the glass into my mind. I've lived your life. Now let me show you mine. The longer I stared into the mirror, the less it felt like a reflection, and the more it felt like a doorway. The world behind the glass grew brighter, sharper, more real than the attic around me. The reflection stepped aside, just one small step, revealing more of the room I was never meant to see. There was a window in that world. Sunlight through the curtains and the faint sound of someone laughing. It was a life unfolding, beautiful, ordinary, warm. A life that moved without me. And then the reflection looked at me. Not at the glass, but at me. It blinked once, slowly, deliberately, as if acknowledging I was truly there. Then it mouthed my name, not loudly, but with absolute clarity. It knew who I was. I stepped closer to the mirror. And for the first time, the glass didn't feel cold. It felt alive. The reflection lifted its hand again. But this time, it wasn't copying me. It was inviting me. I watched its fingers curl, beckoning me closer, the same way you'd call a friend or a replacement. And the strangest part was I didn't feel fear. I felt recognized, wanted. As I leaned even closer, the attic behind me faded. Not into darkness, but into their world. And for the first time, I realized the truth. It wasn't trying to mimic me. It was trying to replace me. The closer I leaned toward the mirror, the thinner the glass felt it, as if the world inside it was pressing outward. The air around me warped, bending, trembling like the attic was losing its shape. The reflection reached toward me again, but its hand didn't stop at the surface. I felt it touch me, cold, soft, impossibly real. The attic did as if the mirror was stealing the room's light. The reflection's fingers wrapped around mine, guiding me gently. No malice, only invitation. Warmth disguised as cold. The mirror rippled like water, and the world inside shifted closer. It pressed its hand against the glassy, pulling me toward its world. And as gravity tilted sideways, I realized only one version of me would be allowed to stay. The moment I crossed the boundary, my breath left me as if the mirror pulled my name out of my body. The reflection stepped through the glass, not into my world, but into the world I was being forced to leave. It didn't even look at me. It simply walked into my life as if it had always owned it. And as it took its first breath of my air, the attic brightened again, quiet, dusty, alive. But when I turned back to the mirror, the world inside it had gone pale, empty, drained. Oh, no sunlight, no warmth, no other me. Only a hollow room waiting for the one left behind. The mirror cooled. Its surface hardened. I felt the world lock around me like a door closing. I pounded on the surface, nothing, not a sound, not even my breath left a trace. Through the fading glass, I watched it pause, the version of me that wanted my life. For a moment it hesitated. The mirror sealed behind it, clear, silent, harmless. For For the first time in years, I felt like the life I walked back into was truly mine. The mirror sealed behind it, clear, silent, harmless. For the first time in years, I felt like the life I walked back into was truly mine. Thank you for listening. If tonight feels a little different, it isn't your fault. Some stories don't leave so easily. I'm Ruby. See you in the next story.